Hello there. Welcome to the Daria Reactions. I'm Fred. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And we are entering season 3 of MTV's Daria. Now, for those who are new here, let me briefly explain words. Um, this is of course, your typical reaction, commentary, discussion series of videos. All right. However, unlike every other YouTuber out there, for me, this is a re-watch. I was in high school when Daria was first airing on MTV back in the late 1990s. But of course, it's been over 25 years since I've seen a lot of these episodes. And today, we are starting season 3, as you could probably tell by the thumbnail. We'll be going over, I will be rewatching Through a Lens Darkly, and not the musical episode. The reason being, as you can see right over here, this is the episode list for the disc from the Daria Complete Series box set. And while the first several episodes here are all from season 2, Through a Lens Darkly is from season 3. So we're going in that order. This also raises a particular question regarding season 3 in and of itself, in wondering how many episodes were aired out of intended order. Because I know, or at least the long held belief I've had, is that the musical episode of Daria was intended it was like 7th in production and then got moved up. I guess I'm just going to assume MTV wanted something big and spectacular to open up the 3rd season. I could be wrong, but who knows? Honestly, who knows at this point in time? So with that said, of course, we do the display capture, blurs on and off, yada yada. For those who again who don't know, you won't be hearing any audio, of course, because again, we are walking a fine line here, because with how I'm choosing to do these videos, and so the last thing I want is going to get hit with any audio claims. And of course, we turn the blur on and off periodically. Of course, you can sync these videos up, obviously, with your own copies of the episodes or your streaming service of choice. Because I know Daria's episodes are available on Amazon, YouTube for purchase, and they are also on Paramount Plus. Let's get to it, shall we? I'm glad we don't have to go through the intro every single time. Oh wait, Daria is learning to drive. This could be an entire episode in and of itself. They are past the corner. Watch out for the dog! You ain't a dog killer. Daria might have a blind spot. Yeah, that's kind of true. The severed pianist. That's quite clever. Oh, I now remember what this episode is. Daria gets contact lenses. Yeah, okay. That's exactly right. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's the dog's fault if he gets hit by a car. He should have seen the car coming. They have? Well, she Daria would be the homecoming queen, with or without glasses. Let me put it this way: my brother wears contact lenses, but he prefers to wear his glasses most of the time because contacts are a pain in the ass. Helen is being an absolute dick to Daria this episode. Like really striking at Daria's self-image, which is not something that she totally has issues with. So, and with or without glasses, Daria as a character, her character model actually looks good. Wasn't Jane working on that picture before? Is I I can't totally tell, but half the time it looks like Jane is supposed to be talking with her mouth full. And is she having cookie dough? It is cookie dough. Damn, I'm smart. Oh no. Good question. Uh oh. Yes, it. Shadowness. Uh, Again, this is a very weird episode. It's as if they really wanted to for Daria to be self conscious. There's nothing wrong with Daria's outfit. There isn't. There, there's nothing wrong with Daria's outfit. It's a classy look. You are not Rita Repulsa, Quinn. Well, say what you want. Quinn is trying to coordinate the colors. Like it's way more complicated than it seems, and Daria is freaking out. Daria wearing scrunchies. That would be nuts. Jake doesn't give a damn at this point. Question is he reading Heathcliff or no, excuse me, Garfield or Ziggy? Hmm. Amy, Amy wears. Oh yeah, Amy does. Uh wears glasses. Or again, when you look back at the last week's episode with when we covered right where it hurts, definitely you see the design that they had with Amy as being an older version of Daria, and that reflects heavily in that previous episode. No, Yes, it would. Whichever. It definitely works out. Oh yeah, Helen's trying to apologize. Wait, Helen, that was basically what you're saying, that Daria needs contacts. She did it? All because Amy tells Daria, hey, it'll set her parents back a few $100. I mean, it's a reasonable logic as anything. None. This does reminds me I do need to go get my eyes checked. Possibly sometime before the end before the turn of the next century. It's my fault, yep. Hey. That is why you'll never see me wear contact lenses. No, she's not. I again, without her glasses, again, Daria character model is, as I said it before, it's a great character model, but it does take a lot away from her uniqueness. She is a friend. Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, common thread. Mr. O'Neill, how can you be continually mystified by Kevin's lack of ability to comprehend a damn thing? Yeah, she. Ah, boy, Mr. O'Neill's going making a big deal over it. That he didn't recognize her at first, and now talking her up. Ah, boy, he Mr. O'Neill is just really nuts. Again, everybody making a big deal about it, and it's making Daria more self conscious than she was. Then why are you wearing them now? Like everybody making such a big deal about her contacts and everything. I'm willing to bet if Daria didn't say she was what got him for driving, no one will say it. But yeah, that's what school is for from a teacher's point of view. Yeah, Kevin is like totally doomed. Oh, yeah, Kevin is piling on. Oh boy. Oh, and Daria's eyes are red. It's Trent. Uh, Daria is blushing hard. This is like now the question comes like with or without context. Again, this was like before LASIK eye surgery really became like a thing, or like as commonplace as it is now. The Hall of Mirrors. What a freaky spectacle. There's your nightmare fuel. Again, I totally get it. Again, they want to do an episode with Daria being concerned about her image and such, but this is freaking nuts at the same time that it does totally go against her character, and now she's kind of like caught in between. Yep, totally better. Very blurry. Trust me, I've been wearing glasses for like 20 some odd years now. Yeah, almost, and I can see well without them. I don't have that the bumping into people problem and such. But it's a weird thing with those who really need them to see that clearly. Do they all do they all come back? I don't know. Kevin with glasses. Yes, he is. Yes, you can stand to be a little smarter, Kevin. It's totally not possible for Kevin to get smarter. He's a football player. The too many concussions. Who's Mr. Einstein? Which one? Which one does Daria? Which finger does Daria have for Jane? I wonder. Sheer vanity. Yeah, kind of a weird audio thing there. Back into the bathroom. The real, the reason was like the bathroom set because they used it a lot in the over the past several episodes. Yeah, it's as if Daria knows like the content creators is totally character assassination here. Daria is having a personal crisis. Yeah. That's it. That's just it. Daria. That's the whole thing about this episode. It's the one time Daria totally cares about her looks. Oh, and it gets worse. Like how can you? Like how can you tell? How can she tell it's Daria? The boots. Brittany, you're not shallow. You're way deeper than three-fourths of the fashion club. Ow, that hurt me. Yeah. Again, I said it before. Brittany is a very smart character. She is way smarter than she gives herself credit for, and how she is portrayed most of the time. Mmm, pizza. By the way, best pizza in South Jersey, at least in where I live, is a place called Fabrizio's. $8 personal pan pizza. It's like it's a great bargain, and we're talking like a nice thick crust too. Exactly. Actually, without the glasses, Daria's profile shot looks way weird. Oh, big wheels. Well, so much for having all afternoon for breaking it. Oh boy, the dogs are doomed. The dogs are doomed. Alrighty. Right. Well, um, as a season opener, obviously I have mixed feelings on this episode. A big part of it comes down to what I view to be like character assassination on Daria was how much it's like her caring so much about her appearance and and it's not helped by the fact that everybody makes a big deal. It's like where are her glasses the entire time? Uh, it's like Helen's speech, which is totally out of character for Helen to drive home. Was like okay, it's like you can't see your peripheral vision is affected by your glasses frames, and so it's like okay, you need contacts, but look at the other benefits of contacts in terms of you would not look as standoffish or whatnot as you do with your glasses. It allow people to see more of your pretty face, yada yada. Is appealing to Daria's vanity when Daria really isn't a vain person, but when just the fact that it got so inside her head is again it's really again it's really off-putting in that regard. Quinn's reaction to Daria coming to her advice on getting contacts, and Quinn going into the whole like, okay, you can like all the stuff like Daria will be able to do, change her eye color with different lens types and like coordinate outfits and stuff like that. And again, that's perfectly Quinn, and Daria's reaction is rightfully horrified and scared this by just how far in depth Quinn was really to go. But at the same time, it's also a cute scene because Quinn really seemed like she would be invested in improving Daria's image. And even though will say nothing wrong with Daria's attire, it's like, okay, it's a nice clean look. And I'm saying this as someone who wears t-shirts most of the t-shirts and shorts 99% of the time. Jake really didn't have much there. Mr. O'Neill and Principal Lee both having the gag of, well, where are your glasses? Why you got contacts? Oh, I got them for driving. Then why are you wearing them now? And it's a cute little running gag, and obviously with Jane, it's also a little. It's played up not as much with Jane, but with those two, like just digging into Daria like that and like making a whole big deal of, oh, changing her outer self is like, again, it's like the worst thing school administrators could do. But the scene in the restroom where Jane tries to talk Daria up, Jody tries in terms of like living up to standards, and then here comes Brittany with words of wisdom. It's like, okay, Brittany looks at what Daria's done with getting contact lenses. It's like, if Daria can worry about her appearance, it doesn't make her Brittany feel as like shallow. And I'm someone who will say that Brittany is a particularly deep character when you actually pay attention to a lot of the things she says and does. Like I'm willing to bet Brittany would have had that same line of logic without her getting glasses to try and pretend to make herself be smarter. But this raises a question regarding Brittany's glasses that are seen briefly in this episode, and that is, did Brittany actually get glasses with prescription lenses? Are those her personal pair? Like, we know Kevin got glasses without lenses. Brittany is like, there's a little bit of debate there, because again, I know, because I've obviously, we're like 27 episodes in. I know Brittany is way smarter than she lets on. So I got questions. But no answers. It's like, are those her glasses? The episode opening with Daria getting a driving lessons from Helen. And ending with it is a nice book in there in terms of like how do they perfectly write out Daria getting rid of the contact lenses, and it's like, okay, an unscheduled driving lesson from her mom is like a perfect way for her to break it to it that she doesn't want to wear contacts, and she could just bring up all the things that bother her, in particular that it makes her eyes itchy. There's also one other thing I want to make note up here. This episode was only 20 minutes and 51 seconds long, which it actually makes it. The episodes are actually getting shorter as the series goes along, but this is also at the same time as like we're talking that late 90s going into the early 2000 period, where commercial breaks started getting longer. It used to be like the commercial breaks were like 2 minutes 2 seconds, like the Chuck Ruley "We'll be back in 2 and 2." That's what that means. 2 minutes 2 seconds. It's kind of like why when you look at a lot of like older TV shows, episodes will be like, okay, they're like 22, 24 minutes long. In some cases, going back even further, like they're maybe 26 minutes long. And it's also kind of why when you look at stuff like on MeTV or Retro TV or Comet, where shows where commercial breaks are really oddly placed, kind of like the same thing here in terms of like trying to make episodes fit around commercial breaks instead of commercial breaks fitting into the episodes. So again, 20 minutes is a bit much. So you also have to think back there. So if the episode was 20 minutes long and Daria had like a 30-minute time slot, that meant, and there was typically like 2 commercial breaks for Daria per episode, one at the end of Act 1, one at the end of Act 2. How long were the freaking commercials on MTV when this episode aired, and the answer is they were very, very long. So it's like, because it's not just, no, I take that back. It's commercials at the end of Act 1, commercials at the end of Act 2, and commercials after the end credits. So there you go. But even still, you're talking like, again, if there was 2 minutes 2 seconds, it would obviously be 6 minutes, and there's 2 minutes unaccounted for. So, and there was never really any credits at the end of the opening title sequence for Daria, because it goes from the opening's theme song to the title card to the very first scene. So, again, just a general observation here. So with that said, we'll wrap this up here, and we'll actually be back this Friday with episode 2 of season 3. And I don't know what it is yet, because I have to swap disc. So there'll be another episode this week. So till then, tighten your friendship bracelets, stay safe, have a good one, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.